Namaste and welcome back to today's episode of Mahabharata Matters. In the previous episode, we saw Devavrata became Bhishma with his vow and got his father Shantanu married to the fisherman king's daughter Satyavati. After they were married, Satyavati and Shantanu had two children, Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. Unfortunately, Chitrangada died very young. Vichitravirya was named as the crown prince, but he was not a very able prince. Then Satyavati thought he should get married. At that time, Kashi king, the king of Kashi Desha, was arranging for the Swayamvara of his three daughters. Swayamvara is a ritual where the bride chooses her own husband of her liking. All the princes of the land were invited, and there the princess was going to choose her husband. But then, knowing Vichitravirya was not an able king and Bhishma would not get married, an invite was not sent to Hastinapura. This enraged Satyavati. She asked Bhishma to go and win the princesses for Vichitravirya. At that time, Bhishma went to Kashi Desha and defeated all the kings and princes that were assembled in the ceremony. He took away the three princesses. Their names were Amba, Ambika and Ambalika. He took them on his chariot and started traveling towards Hastinapura. At that time, one of the princesses, the eldest one, Amba, stopped Bhishma and said she had already decided in her mind to marry Salva. So she said she cannot marry Vichitravirya because of that. Knowing this, Bhishma respectfully sent a small army along with her and he asked them to drop her with Salva. And then he proceeded with the other two princesses, Ambika and Ambalika, to Hastinapura. They both married Vichitravirya. In between, Amba, the first one, had gone to Salva, but then Salva refused to marry her. He told her, since I was defeated at the Swayamvara by Bhishma, I cannot marry you, you have to go back to Bhishma. When she came back to Hastinapura, she said, I do not want to marry Vichitravirya, but then since you have won me at the Swayamvara, now you need to marry me. She told that to Bhishma. But then Bhishma had vowed celibacy and that he will never get married. There was a Sandigdham, there was a Dharma Sankatam now. But then Amba would not relent. She was so scorned and bitter because of these events, she vowed that she will be the cause for the death of Bhishma eventually. And she left the kingdom. She did an intense penance and she got a boon that she will be the cause for Bhishma's death. She took another birth after that and was born as Shikhandini, the daughter of King Drupada. So what do we learn from this story? Satyavati should not have insisted that Bhishma go and win the princesses for his brother. It is the duty of the prince who wants to marry to go and win the princesses. Unfortunately, Bhishma was asked to go in place of his brother. In Mahabharata itself, it is said, even if it is the words of gurus or parents, if it is wrong or adharmic, one should stand against it. Bhishma did not do that. He listened to his mother and he went representing his brother. Then it became a Sandigdham, Dharma Sankatam, which is a conflict with his vow, and he could not marry Amba. And Amba took a vow to become the cause for his death. Amba should not have been so bitter and scornful after how the events unfolded. She did not have to take a vow to take revenge or be the cause of his death. It is very easy to get carried away with our emotions, and many times we end up doing things or promising things which may not be easy to keep up with. One has to be very mindful. That is why it is said, when either in love or when in anger, do not make any promises or give any words. It is better to quieten the mind down and then take any actions. With that thought, we come to the end of today's episode. Remember, in this series, we are discussing matters of Mahabharata because even today, Mahabharata matters. Hari Om.